filthy one. Let's get into it. A newly crowned champion team is gathered in Washington, D.C., heading to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to meet the president. In our case, the Philadelphia Eagles, fresh off their Super Bowl licks win, flew to the White House for the traditional celebratory ceremony. Running back Saquon Barkley not only attended the event but even boarded the presidential helicopter on the way home. Critic D.L. Hughley slammed Barkley, warning that any black athlete visiting President Trump doesn't understand or care about black issues.
I'm going to boycott this. Whose side are you on?
I think that it's not just political. What Donald Trump has done and is doing to black history is unsavory and is undeniable. Donald Trump is deliberately trying to erase black people's history for whatever quest. He's elevating Christopher Columbus again. So he deliberately is doing things to black people that isn't just political. And any black man that does it is going to obviously catch some level of heat. When a black person does it, I can when it's a black person, I can always tell what kind of black person. I can always tell what they are.
Whoa, wait, what does that mean, DL?
Saquon Barkley, he had a girlfriend and threw around the N-word a lot and said she wasn't a gold digger and she wasn't messing with no broke N-words. He looks like that kind of guy that is indifferent to what black people go through.
While NBA legend Charles Barkley, no relation, defended the visit as a nonpartisan honor.
Well, I think it's a combination of everything you just said. Listen, I think that, I'm a Democrat. I'm not a big fan of the president. I respect the office. I think anytime you get an opportunity to go to the White House, you should accept that. Unfortunately, this situation we got now where people don't want to go to the White House because of the president, I think it's sad and unfortunate. Listen, the president of the United States is a big deal. I wouldn't want anybody not going there when President Bush was there or President Obama. It's an honor and a privilege to go to the White House. Like I say, I'm not a big Trump fan, but I think if you're invited to the White House, you should go.
On Stephen A. Smith's show, the Officer Tatum pushed back at D.L. Hughley.
I love D.L. Hughley, but I don't know what he didn't done. I don't know, he bumped his head or something, but he has lost his mind. And it's a shame that he has to go down the path of racism. You know, I've met Donald Trump several times. I've been to the White House several times. Actually, Donald Trump met my dad at a UFC fight not too long ago, and my dad didn't even vote for Trump. So Donald Trump isn't what they're projecting him to be, but also the racism that exists amongst black people. Why is D.L. Hughley, who claimed to be a pro-black man, hating and talking down on another brother? Just because you decide to love a woman that happen to not be black don't mean you're a sellout and you don't understand the black struggle. And Saquon Barkley, who's a rational adult, who wants to play football and enjoy his life and don't have to have a problem with Donald Trump because everybody said he does. I mean, he went and golfed with Donald Trump. He was flying on a, Marine One with Donald Trump. What's the problem with that? Unless you're a racist and you hate white people, you shouldn't have a problem with a brother loving a white person or a brother supporting a president just for the sake of him being the commander-in-chief.
Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie and coach Nick Sirianni emphasized that the White House trip was entirely optional for players.
You know, when you grow up and you hear about, oh, the championship team got to go to the White House, that's what this is. And so we didn't have that opportunity, and now we do, and I think we're all, looking forward to it. This is really just an invitation from the White House. That's all this is, and we're not politicizing it in any way.
But Lurie also added the White House visit was optional, and there are questions about who may or may not go. Jalen Hurts did not give a particularly clear answer last week.
Hurts, of course, has been hesitant to wade into politics previously and was asked just a few days ago at a gala event on the red carpet whether he would be attending this White House ceremony. And he gave quite a literally dodgy answer. Here's what he had to say.
Are you planning on visiting the White House next week? Got it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
The ambiguity fueled speculation that his absence was a quiet protest against Trump's policies and rhetoric. Many fans reacted strongly. Some praised Hurts, flooding social media with comments like MVP on and off the field, to applaud what they saw as a stand for principle. Others saw it as a slight against the team's shared legacy, criticizing him for missing a once-in-a-lifetime honor. In any case, the optics were striking. The team's official social media posts were heavy with patriotic imagery, flags, military tributes, etc., but made no mention of Hurts at all, a silence that did not go unnoticed. The Eagles' recent situation differs because the choice was mixed. Some players went, some stayed. That split invited the very debate we're seeing now. In the end, the question comes down to individual conscience versus collective ritual. The championship team had earned its glory, and Washington had opened its doors, but the spotlight also showed that modern patriotism means different things to different people. As the commentary around Barkley and Hurts makes clear, meeting the president is no longer a simple celebration, it's a decision loaded with cultural and political weight. Athletes today must decide whether to treat it as a unifying honor or as a statement of principle, and either choice is sure to spark conversation. If you're into the raw, the real, and the downright filthy, like subscribe and smash that notification bell to stay up on all the latest filth. This is The Filthy Wall, and we don't clean it up.